Anyways, hey guys, we're back. It's the Link Supporter, and Jake's here. Say hi, Jake.
I Legends of Talia, was it
Legend of
Arcadia?
Talia Arcadia.
Something.
Anyway,
Okay, then
read your line, Jake.
she's a mage. She knows magic, and I never suspected a thing. And that's why I'm so slow to react. Too slow, and she dies from burn. In the end, it isn't Cecilia's fire spell that brings me to my knees, powerful though it is. And it really is powerful. I'll give credit where credit's due. For such an unamusing, ordinary-looking girl, she's very strong, well-trained. The fire licks at my sides. It sears the skin off my flesh. It hurts. Duh. Stop, drop, and roll.
Well, Jake, she can regenerate, so that's why she's not too worried.
Oh, that's true. It really does hurt. But defeats me. It's my own foolishness. My stupidity. My willingness to trust. I thought I'd suspended of that years ago. Apparently not. If only Cecilia wasn't so pretty. Pretty girls would be the death of me. So you're saying if she was ugly, this wouldn't be a problem?
Hey, there's a
I
little.
wake up,
Never mind.
try to open my eyes. First one, then the other. It hurts. We get it. My head is pounding. The inside of my mouth tastes of charcoal. When I swallow, I feel my throat consolving. It feels like I've inhaled a ball bearing. I choke.
Ugh.
The air is rank. It smells of death and burning. At least they were smart and took away her sword.
I know, right?
It takes me a few months to work out the smell that's coming from me.
I got an achievement.
Imprisoned.
So, I see you're awake.
I lift my head. There is Cecily. But she looks different to how she did when I first met her. More serious, somehow almost threatening.
Really, I thought you were helpless. You're not wrong. People tend not to take me seriously. That's their loss. They only realize how powerful I am when it's too late. Make it sound like you lure innocent women into your village and set them on fire all the time. Not a hobby of mine, but I hardly call you innocent. Lucky for you, I didn't cause lasting damage. It is quite a powerful spell, but you look fine.
She's right. Her fire spell was rather powerful. It singed my skin. I could feel it peeling away like strips of wallpaper. It's better now, though, which is more than can be said for my clothes.
I can't tell. It seems legends are true. You really are durable. All the best warrior priests are. Do they really operate on you? On you and Renault? That's what people say. I'm not at liberty to tell you that. If I share any official church secrets, they'd have my head. Oh, you don't need to concern yourself with the church right now. Let's easy your worries.
I smile sardonically.
Well, that makes a nice change. Ugh.
Even now, she's not taking her seriously. For a few moments, Cecilia's stony expression shifts. I think I can see a tinge of guilt, perhaps on her pretty face. For all her big talk, she's still a young woman. Okay, but her expression soon tightens. She grits her teeth together.
I bet you don't even know why you're here, do you? Feels like quite a poor way of paying somebody back for saving your life, I must admit. But perhaps you'd have to do things different in Fair. Come off it. You know my life was never in any danger. I did wonder about that. You're such a proficient mage. Such a proficient mage, then why didn't you protect yourself? Everybody knows mana dragons are weak against fire. Well, what do you think I was doing, Arcadia?
It doesn't take me long to figure it out.
You're trying to lure me into a trap. That's right, and it worked out rather well, don't you think? I could always escape from the cell. I'm not so sure about that. Hmm?
I wonder. I'm surrounded by stone walls and iron bars. I don't have my sword. I don't know any magic. I could pick the lock, maybe, but I wouldn't be surprised if the cell is enchanted somehow. This is quite a precarious situation.
It really is amazing. Never would have thought that I, Cecilia Rhodes, could have captured the Great Arcadia. I'm not that great, I just happened to kill a lot of people. Yes, you did! You let a lot of people die!
I'm inclined to agree with her. Yeah. So few people have told me it's... Okay, but so few people have told me this during my lifetime. It trips me up.
I beg your pardon? You heard me. You let everybody in Baycross die!
Us. So she knows about that, does she? Was she the girl in the start?
Maybe. It wasn't my proudest die. That's putting it lightly. Do you even know why you're here? I imagine you hold some kind of a grudge. No, it isn't just me. I wasn't involved, not directly, but my sister. My sister, the village chief. She's the leader of Fairside. Did you know that? I don't believe you mentioned it. Well, it's true. Our family has governed this village for centuries. We keep it safe from harm. Fairside isn't a very rich village. We don't mine rare materials. We don't have any deposits of coal or anything. All we have are farms, pigs and chickens. We try to fend for ourselves. We do have some connections with Baycross Village though. At least we did, before it went up in flames. Yes, until that happened. Hey, it's not like she could control the dragon coming.
I would have been like, okay, if the dragon comes over and burns down your guys' village, I won't help.
Logic, that's what
That
got
would be
you.
me. Cecilia's hands tremble. She clenches them into fists.
It was 12 years ago. My mother and grandmother took us to Fay Cross. We'd had a bad harvest that year. Everett. We were going to trade some of our cows for the wheat and corn. I stayed home with my father. It was too late. I was too little to travel. Anyway, I'm younger than Cecilia, Lista. I don't. I wasn't going to. I wasn't going to be the. I was going to be the next head. I didn't want to. I didn't see how trade was done. My sister was so excited. She'd never been on a trip so far away from home before. She braided my hair and she braided her hair and tied it up with little green ribbons. She wore her best dress and packed her favorite nightgown. We thought it was going to be like a holiday. We made sure to bring her most prized possession too. Her wood cadet, for you, Arcadia, the lady warrior and hero cadet, which she brought with her own money from traveling markets in Melodra.
I look at the stone floor of anything to avoid Cecilia's gaze. That's the worst thing about being regaled with stories where you star as the main character. For better or for worse, you already know how things are going to end.
When they arrived at Baycross after days of weary travel, they discovered something amazing, something that put all thoughts of trade off their mind. They found you. You had arrived at the village beforehand, and there was a banquet being held in your honor. Everybody was excited. They thought it was a good omen, my sister especially. Oh!
The girl in the first CG was her sister. Was it?
I think so.
Cecilia shakes her head.
She was overjoyed. You were her muse, her idol, and she really did love you. She loved you, and then, when the dragon attacked, you abandoned the village. You could have defeated it, but you didn't. You literally went looking for you, but you were in your room. You'd run away, and you let
She
everybody
literally
burn.
said. The thing is, she literally said there was possibly no way she could even defeat the dragon. Even with her power, she probably wouldn't stand a chance.
Everybody died. My mother, my grandmother, and Lisa almost died too. Dragon fire caught her leg and the hem of her skirt. It burned up horribly. Now she can't walk. And you should know that what dragon fire can do. It doesn't allow healing. That's right, my sister's legs won't ever heal, no matter what we do. We forced her to live the sensation of having her skin melted away from her flesh every waking moment of her life for the last 12 years. But that isn't the worst thing. That isn't what hurts her the most.
I think I relatively have a good idea of what that might be. I don't even need to ask. I can remember it clearly. The young girl. Oh my god. Her torn clothes. Her legs blackened and burnt and horribly melted. The smell of burning bodies and melting flesh was unbearable. And in a quiet voice, taut with pain, the young girl asked me, "Why?" I didn't know what to say. I didn't have any answer to give. I could have said sorry, but that would have been nothing more than meaningless noise, an empty gesture. So I didn't apologize. Instead, I looked down at the girl with her burnt legs and tear-filled eyes and simply said, "That's how life is." And I walked away. I would have at least gotten her out of there. I left her.
She didn't die. She lied down on the ground in the dirt and pain and agony almost for 2 days. The village burned around her, and the smell of smoke and dead bodies were almost more than she could bear. She was only 12. She wanted to die, but she couldn't. And then, after these hellish days, she found by a group of people from Fairside. They had come on horseback to see why my mother and grandmother and big sister hadn't returned yet. When they found Celesta laying on the ground, dozens dazed in agony, but still alive. Shut up. They brought her back here, and nursed her back to health, or what little health she could afford at that time. Now she's the only one in my family who survived, and she's never quite recovered. But what hurt my sister the most was what you said. What you did. Nothing. That's right, you did nothing.
Well, also, she wasn't really there when the dragon attacked. So...
It's not like she could control the dragon attack. And she said she
It's like, oh yeah, It's like, oh yeah, here I can go burn down this place while I go away for like 20 minutes. I bow my head. Celia's right. Maybe I could have saved that young girl, but I thought her life was worth saving. But I didn't. I knew with her legs mangled like that, even if she did survive, she wouldn't be able to survive happily. So she left her because she just wanted... Because...
She knew she wouldn't be happy.
Yeah. I knew what kind of fate would have awaited that young girl if I saved her, so I decided her life was no longer worth living. I left her to die.
You can have fun sitting in the cell, reflecting your actions, and think about what you did.
I Cecilia cautiously.
And if I decide to apologize, will you let me go? If I was going to let you go, I never would have bothered capturing you to begin with. That's what I thought too, but I just wanted to be sure.
For what she's done to me, I still can't really imagine Cecilia as a killer. She's too sweet, too soft. For all the animosity she might bear towards me, I don't think she's a bad person. Then again, I don't think most people are bad people. I do think most of the soldiers from Sorel fought in the Cadith were bad people. Either they were just doing their job.
Sure.
But they still killed Eloy?
Whatever.
They would have killed me too. Even good people, if backed into a corner, can fight and kill with the best of them. The worst of them, more like. What about Cecily?
Come down the next day, you're going to be executed.
She says it simply. There's no emotion in her voice.
As the whole village comes to this contest, they were against it at first, but I argued on Celia's behalf. Soon they all came around. Everybody loved Celia. They do anything to make her feel better, even killing you. Killing me won't fix her legs. Maybe not.
Damn!
I mean, it's true. Maybe not, but it might ease the pain in her heart. It will make her happier. I doubt it. I don't care what you think. You're in no position to talk.
Cecilia glares at me. She stamps one foot against the ground. Electricity crackles about the bars of my cell. It's a warning. I was right. The cell has been surrounded by magic. They really don't want me escaping.
We have to kill you. We have to. It's the only way you'll ever experience the pain my sister feels. I imagine that she must feel a lot of pain, yes. So are you going to do the honors yourself? Well,
I'll be right back. There's food.
Of course there is. Fire and it's nice and warm now.
I have a blanket on the back of my chair.
My cats are back.
Cecilia takes a step backwards. For a few moments she looks unsettled, but she soon regains her composure.
I'm the best match in the village, and I'm Cecilia's sister. If anyone qualifies to kill her, I am. And you plan on making a public spectacle out of it? That's right. I'll do anything. I'll drag you to the village square by your hair and show everyone what happens when you betray a member of their side. I don't care if you're a legendary hero. That doesn't matter to me. How frightening. Legends don't sprout up for no reason. Even without a sword, I'm more than capable of defending myself. I burned them. Not if I bind you with magic. You have a lot of faith in your magic, don't you? Yes, I do. I started practicing when I was young. I was a high at first. Whatever happened to her, I was determined to get strong. Strong enough to protect her. Nobody can ever hurt her again. I'm gonna take down the great warrior Arcadia if I ever had the chance. You've been practicing for my sake? I'm flattered. No, it isn't for your sake, it's for Cecilia's. For revenge? Yes, and soon I'll finally be able to end your life. The people of Talia won't be happy with you. I don't care about the people of Talia. They've never worried about Versailles, so why should I worry about them? Village could be looted by bandits if it destroyed by giants. Nobody would care. We're nothing but two people. We're nobody. In a small village, Veronica. In a small village like mine, we have to look out for ourselves. The only thing we can do. And even if everybody hails you as a hero, we on first side know the truth. You're no hero, you're nothing more than a coward. You left our villagers for dead. You left our past leader to die. That's something you deserve to be punished for, and nobody else in Talia will do it, then we will. The people might revere you as a god. Well, that's ridiculous. You're just a normal woman, and you tricked them. You tricked them all, including my sister. Well, your legacy comes to an end soon enough. Tomorrow morning.
Everything gets into stone wall. Water drops slowly from the ceiling to the ground. Drip, drip, drip. Bring my knees up beneath my chin, wrap my arms around my legs. I ponder. I agree with Cecilia in part. I never believed I was a god. I never wanted to be one. I just want to live a quiet life. Really, truly. Mother wanted me to become a white mage. She wanted me to aid our fallen soldiers from afar. Unfortunately, I had no talent as a mage. I can't heal people. I can only hurt them. I became a warrior priest instead. My mother didn't talk to me for 6 months after I signed up. It was a difficult time. My mother died. Not in Kadath, but in another earlier war. She was hit by a stray fire spell while trying to tend to a fallen soldier. She was incinerated alive. Not so different from the people of Freycross. And she thought being a mage was a safe profession. She was wrong. Nobody's safe. When there's a war going on, Talia has been at war with Sorio for as long as I can remember. It's impossible to live a quiet life when you're in constant fear. That's why I decided to become a soldier. I was only 11 when my mother died. Oh well.
You're wrong about a couple things. Oh, and what's that? I never tried to trick anybody. Least about your sister. They all deluded themselves.
Talia is a sad country. War rages and we lose lives, and people mourn up and down the country. They turn to the church. They turn to the army. They turn to the heroes. When they realize there are no real heroes, and everybody's just as sacred and scary and sad and as small as they are, they create heroes. Amplify legends, spread stories. Some of them are true, some of them are false. People like me, who just so happen to be in the right place at the right time, get all kinds of responsibilities thrust upon us. What?
Titles.
Oh, I thought you said tittles. Titles. Accolades. Adoration.
Mm-hmm.
I might be the great warrior Arcadia, scourge of the battlefield, champion of Kadath, protector of the Amaranth village. But at the end of the day, I'm just a human. Celia thinks I tried to trick everybody. She's wrong. They tricked themselves. That's the only way I made to survive in this world. Oh shit.
I didn't think you'd look so pathetic.
That's what Celesta says when she lays eyes on me. Ah. Young leader of Fairside Village, foisted into a position of authority far too soon, looks down at me. Or up. She's on either side of iron. She's on the other side of the iron bars. I'm still in my cell. As might be expected, the bars are fortified by Cecilia's fearsome magic, and I don't think I'll be escaping anytime soon. I don't really want to try either. Cecilia's sister, Celesta, looks much like she did in all those years ago. Back in Freycross, she still has the same fluffy hair and pale blue eyes. It looks more like purple.
Yeah.
She really is cute, even though she's bound to a wooden wheelchair. The legs are completely concealed in a pale green fabric. I wonder what they look like now. Probably like just meat.
Maybe.
Celeste purses her lips. Maybe it's because of the pain. She's been in constant pain for 12 years.
All those years ago, I was lying on the ground while you looked up at me. But I imagine you can't remember that. I remember more than you think. Oh, so you're saying I weighed heavily upon your mind? Not so heavily. I've seen a lot of terrible things in my time, but it did occur to me every once in a while. I see. So my suffering was something only bother you to remember every once in a while. Well, it was convenient for you. Unfortunately for me, I've had to live with my condition for over a decade. I can't remember it every once in a while. It will stay with me forever. You have my sympathies.
Celeste bites down on her lower lip. She doesn't look very happy. Duh. Neither would I be if I was in her situation.
Sympathy? You think I want your sympathy? It's all I have to give you. No, you're wrong about that. There's more than you can give me. Maybe then I won't want to suffer. And what is that exactly, my life? Your life, exactly. You know, Arcadia, I used to love you. I loved you dearly. I thought you were the most incredible hero in the world. When I made it on Red Cross, and my chance too. I was so happy. I thought I was gonna die. And I nearly did die. You didn't do anything to help me. You left me. Can you imagine that? Being abandoned by your childhood hero.
I shake my head no. I tell her that I can't. I've never had a childhood hero. I was desperately unimaginative. I was a desperately unimaginative little girl. The closet I really had.
Closest.
The clothes I really had. Yeah. I can't read. The closest I really had was my mother, who moved the whole family back to Spinel so she could become a white mage. She abandoned her humble job in Little Haven, working as a baker by my father's side to help our warriors recover in our many, many armies. But there was nobody to help my mother when she was hit by a stray magic arrow. She died. Some hero she turned out to be. Damn.
You turned your back on me, Arcadia. But now I'm going to turn my back on you. If it makes you feel any better, go ahead. I will. Talk big now, but we'll see. Tomorrow we'll see. When you kill me?
Yes, when we kill you. It won't heal your legs. Nothing will. Nothing will, but it might heal something else.
Rizzo's heart against her chest. Her eyelashes flutter.
My heart.
I'm
Oh gosh, that scared me.
doing that because it's so cheesy. If her heart is one that can be placated by needles bloodshed, perhaps I did the right thing, choosing not to save her. Talia is full of people like that already. People like me. We don't need any more. Celia guards the cell during the night. She sits in a wooden chair just beyond the iron bars, a book in her hands. So she can read. That's surprising. A lot of people in Talia can't, particularly those who hail from small villages like Farside. Maybe it's because she's the daughter of the past village leader. She might have received a special education. But Tommy head to one side, trying to glean the books about under the cover of darkness. Only a single candle illuminates the cell. It's hard to see. I think it's a compendium about plants, herbs, something to do with medicine.
Is that versus Celeste?
Celia sets the book on her lap and gives me a stern look.
What do you care about Celeste? After meeting her myself, I'm rather curious. I want to know more about her. And you? Well, I don't want to talk. Not to an attempted murderer. I'm not an attempted murderer. I've killed hundreds and hundreds of people in my lifetime. I did it at Calais. I suppose you don't care about that. That's different. You had order from the church. You had to fight. I had orders, yes, but I didn't have to kill anyone. Their lives were precious too. I'm sure the men and women who were killed on the battlefield have families too. Mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, grandparents, beloved older brothers and sisters, maybe. Stop! Just stop! Stop what? You know what I mean. All this false equivalent is. I'm just weighing the words of one human against life against others. Killing people on the battlefield is not the same as leaving an innocent young girl to die. Maybe. Maybe not. There's no maybe. It's the truth. Plain and simple.
Celia snorts.
Really haven't
Heart
heard a
big?
thing, have you?
She looks agitated. She picks up her book about herbs once more. She can't concentrate. She shifts, her right foot tapping against the ground insistently. This is an unusual experience. People don't often tell me to shut up. Not quite so harshly. I frown. I tilt my head to one side. I'm not usually this talkative, but there's precious else to do. I could sleep, I suppose, but I don't want to while away my final night before my impending execution sleeping. It would seem like a bit of a waste.
Why are you here, silly? Because I have to keep watch and make sure you don't run away. I don't think I can run away now. You're exaggerating my abilities. I don't want to take any chances. You're a sneaky one. Not as sneaky as you are. You did trick me. If I hadn't, you would have cut me down with your sword in a second. I could, but I don't think I would have done that. Why not? What would be the point? I can't believe the people in Talia think you're a hero. The more you talk, the more I dislike you. You wouldn't be the first person to say that. Don't sound so proud of yourself. I'm not. Good. You won't be.
Water trickles down the dingy ceiling. Drip, drip, drip. It almost sounds like the ceiling is crying. I don't think anybody would cry for my sake. Nobody I know, anyway. My parents are dead. Eloise is dead. All the people I care about are dead. Maybe my instructor back in Spinel's army. Miwa. Would she shed a tear or two? I doubt it. Fox people, even though integrated amongst Spinel society, can be awfully aloof. Besides, Miwa was never particularly emotional. If she did ruffle my hair or slip me pieces of candy from time to time. Jana?
Yeah?
I was about to say, I'm done reading this line. Can you go to the next one? I'm just a shadow, a relic of the past. A machine created by the church who will stay young and fresh until I reach old age. Then it will catch up with me. The gravity of my sins, perhaps?
Your sister didn't stay here for very long.
Really?
That's what I meant. That's what I meant, unless you have any other sisters.
No. Celeste is all the whole family I have left, and I might not even have her if you'd had it your own way.
Silly sniff. So wait, you're okay with your sister suffering and being unhappy?
Celeste can't stay underground in an underground dungeon too long. It's too damp and it irritates her legs, and she might catch a cold.
Jesus. Talk about a protective.
I have heard that horned dragon fire can weaken the immune system.
She gets sick very easily, and as if it weren't enough that she couldn't walk. She's always bedridden with colds, fevers, and high temperatures.
4:30 tomorrow. Canal.
Whatever. Anyway,
What just happened?
something stupid. Anyway. How can she run a village if she's always ill?
Sometimes I step in for her, but it's only sometimes. She's very dull driven. She doesn't like pawing off her responsibilities on other people.
But if she's ill, she should rest.
If she rested whenever she was ill, she'd be resting all the time. Besides, she feels like she has to prove herself.
Because of her legs?
That's right. She's afraid that people will think she's not fit to be a leader because of her condition. So she's always exerting herself. She forever takes on more than she should. Even if it makes her sicker.
I admire her tenacity, but I don't see what she hopes to accomplish by working herself to death. Isn't she worried about upsetting you?
She is. She's worries a good deal of the time, but she has many other things to worry about. I stopped nagging her after a while. It didn't seem fair, not when she was trying so hard.
Celia looks down at her lap and the leather-bound book resting upon it. She sighs.
I don't know what you might think of Celesta, but she isn't cruel. She isn't cold. She's a good girl, really.
Even though she wants to kill me?
Even so, she feels like she has to. It's the only way for her to move on. Maybe then she'll stop being so hard on herself. She'll stop feeling like a failure.
Celia sniffs. She wipes her eyes with the back of her arm. Tears? It's hard to tell in the darkness.
That's another reason why Celeste can't spend much time with you. She's worried if she watches you suffer, then she'll start to sympathize with you. Despite everything that happened, you're still her childhood hero. She didn't throw away her woodcut of your face. It's still in her bedroom. Sometimes she still looks at it for advice. She can't be with you for too long. It'll make her realize how real all this is. And then it'll hurt her.
Even if you were to end up killing her, it hit her sooner or later anyways.
Yeah. And I think it would hit her worse than...
Ah, yes. Guilt. I click my tongue against the roof of my mouth.
Emotion can be quite difficult at times. You speak like you have no emotions of your own. I do. I just tried to bury them. Why? It's like your sister said. It's hard to take a human life if you know what you're doing. Even for warriors like you? Even for me, yes. At first, at least. But you left my sister! Maybe because I'd grown used to leaving wounded soldiers on the battlefield.
The dead and the dying have become part of my everyday life.
It's different for your sister. She's not accustomed to battle. Taking a life is a heavy burden. I don't know if Celesta will be able to bear it. She might not be strong enough. Are you saying my sister is weak? No, I think she's very strong. She has a fierce sense of justice. That's why she wanted to capture me. But that's also why killing me would do more harm than good. Who could live with the knowledge they were the death of their own childhood hero?
It's one thing to lose faith in a hero. It's another to end their life yourself.
Do you think that Celesta can handle that? Oh, I see how it is.
Say's eyes suddenly flash.
You didn't care about Celesta at all. You're just trying to argue to save your own skin. No, that isn't. You pretend to care about my sister, but you don't. You want us to let you go free, maybe with a tab on the wrist and a warning not to do that again. This whole time, you were spouting pretty stories about Celesta. Celesta, you were only thinking about yourself.
It seems I've made Celesta angry. That wasn't my intention, though.
Okay, Gussie lied.
Oh, Cecilia angry. It's so blurry. I'm not very good with words. That's why I became a warrior. You just think it's the only thing I'm good at.
Lily, shut up!
Cecilia's face is pale. She brings her hands against her ears, pressing the palms of both of the sides of her head. I thought she was willing to listen to reason. I don't think she's willing to listen to anything.
Shut up, shut!
And then there's a loud roar. The roar rumbles through the very earth itself. I think I know what's here.
Hey, guess who came back?
The walls of my underground prison tremble. The puddle of rusty water by my foot shakes. Ripples spread across it ominously. A few pebbles are dislodged from the stone walls. They're dislodged from the roof. It feels like my bones are rattling beneath my skin. Cecilia shrieks in surprise. Her chair topples over backwards and she's thrown against the floor. I don't feel bad. Or stop now, but its vibration continues. My teeth clack together like castanets.
Let's go with that.
Cecilia whimpers. She rubs behind her. What?
Rubs her behind with one hand.
I thought she hit her head, not her rear.
No, she fell on the floor.
But their tail fell backwards, though.
Well,
So you're saying
Just
the
go with
butt's
the
going to
teeth.
take... Fine.
what on earth?
There it is again. It starts as soon as it stops. Another roar. A little quieter this time.
Quieter.
Further away. A little quieter this time. Further away. Then there's a shriek. A lot of shrieks. Screaming. Yelling. I could smell the panic in the air. I can smell the chaos. I can smell the fear. I can smell my nostrils twitch, my whole body tenses. Death and destruction. Smoke and fire. I know what this is. It's like one thing this could be.
It's a dragon. Huh? What do you mean? I recognize that sound. There's a dragon. The dragon's in the Fairside village. But no!
Sarah staggers backwards, her eyes widen even further. If such a thing is possible, but with obvious fright.
It can't be, not here! But it is, I can tell. I know these sounds. I know this smell.
Burning buildings. Burning bodies? I hope not.
Veronica!
Images of Faircross Village come to my mind. I thought I pushed these down into my subconscious. So I...
Veronica, stop it!
Until I trod them into the dirt with the heels of my shoes. Evidently not. I'm not as tough as I used to be. I remember the fire, the smoke, the smog. There are burning bodies scattered across the road, a charred corpse hanging out of a doorway of a building, attempting an escape, forever halted in the process. The sheep burned. The pigs burned. The cows burned. Even the sky itself seemed to burn. I don't want the same fate to befall Fairside. First,
Just only listen. You have to let me go. I can't! Yes, you can. Release this enchantment and open this cell. But the execution...
is she still worrying about that?
I think that the execution is the least of your concerns.
Right.
There won't be anyone in Fairside to execute me if you don't let me go.
I'm waiting for it to unblur so I can read it. There's another roar. It shakes the ground. It shakes my bones. It shakes... I can't read it. It's so blurry.
It shakes my very heart so hard it knocks right out my ribcage. I gasped for breath. I told you, Jake, you'd not to jinx it.
I'm still waiting for it to get unblurry.
I told you, Jake, not to jinx it.
Oh, never mind. I see it now. Even down here, beneath the surface of the earth, where prisoners are kept far away from the light, I can smell the burning. It's already started.
But how can I trust you? All you go, don't run away. Don't just run away again like you did in Faycross Village.
What you did with my sister? No, I won't, I promise. How do I know that? You've already done it once. You could do it again. What's stopping you? I don't know. Sense of duty, perhaps?
Despite her obvious abject fear, Cecilia is able to muster up a snort. She doesn't look, nor does she sound very convinced.
A sense of duty? You didn't have much of that back in Faycross Village. Maybe not, but it was too late in Faycross Village. I'd left before the dragon attacked. When I came back, almost everyone had been perished already. I found a medic on the road and asked them if they would help, but I didn't know if they turned. I don't know if they turned back or not. What?
Cecilia stares at me.
But I thought you just walked away. I did walk away because there was nothing I could do. But this is different. Farside is different. I'm here now. I can help you. I could save you. If only you let me go and give me my sword. Well,
She does have a point. The last time she couldn't do anything because she was already gone.
yeah, when she came back, everything was pretty much screwed.
Yep. I hear the roar again. The rumbling.
Indecisive will get you killed.
We're running out of time.
Oh, please.
I shout at her, pleading, almost begging. Now this is a rare occurrence. The Great Warrior Arcadia doesn't beg. It doesn't really suit my image. It's a good thing I've never cared all that much about my image. I think that's what it... Oh, I just guessed, because I couldn't really see all of it. I don't feel any particular shame in begging. It'll help me prevent yet another senseless slaughter. My own pride doesn't mean all that much. I'll throw it away. She's literally contemplating
I don't care
this.
what you think of me, but please, let me help you. You have to.
Cecilia blinks, looks at me, her lips pursed, pale pink splashed against her creamy skin, like the petals of a rose. And then slowly but surely, oh my god.
Oh, alright.
She nods her head.
I'll do it.
And she releases the enchantment from the bars of my cell.
And this is where we're going to end the episode, because it's almost an hour.
You know, I blame all this on Cecilia.
Yeah. So yes, we will see
This
you
could
guys.
have all
Anyway,
been prevented by